I'm Alex Akuma from Java local government, but lives in Kaduna. Well, as an indigene of southern Kaduna extraction, I have to thank God for placing me right in southern Kaduna. That is a land of pleasant milk and honey. Very interesting group of people that thinks about development and very serious about themselves, very proud about who they are. And I'm also very proud of being a southern Kaduna man. Well, I will still say it, we thank God for what we are and how far we have come. But to say it is developed in the context of development, we are yet to get what we needed to. Because in every aspect of life, we are involved. Unfortunately, we are not yet given the rightful position of what a southern Kaduna geographical zone is supposed to be by development. We have come a long way. We have everything it takes. We have a lot of people that have contributed to the development of this state, Nigeria as a whole. But when it comes to benefits, southern Kaduna is always lagging behind. We don't have what is really developmental as a benefit to us. If you are going to harness the human resources, natural resources that is endowed in southern Kaduna, southern Kaduna is supposed to pass this level 100% by now. But unfortunately, political actors in Kaduna State tend to look at southern Kaduna as a place where, if allowed to get somewhere, will take over control of all the activities in Kaduna State and Nigeria. So this is, everything about southern Kaduna is political. If from 1999 to date, that the bulk of the votes that comes from the PDP is from southern Kaduna. And PDP has been in government, if not for just these past almost 8 years. Well, of course, at the national level, we are given all the recognition because we have given the votes, because by appointment, yes, we have benefited. But the fiscal development, we are yet to get there. But by appointment, PDP government have done so much to us, appreciated us by giving our indigents sensitive positions. Minister, you name it all. We have gotten those things. But for the past 7, 8 years, in fact, apart from the normal constitutional requirements of commissioners, we have nothing to write home about. We have nothing whatsoever. So, but in appointment in these past 8 years and developmental, we are lagging. We have nothing whatsoever to write home about. So that is why I used to tell our young people, this time 2023, let me even go there before you start asking questions on that. Our young people should not deceive themselves. When we want to get development, serious one, let's go for PDP. Yes, I have had so many agitations, so many cries, so many noise making that this time around, some even people said we should go and waste our vote to vote for the Labour Party. Well, any little vote, any much vote, whatever you do to vote Labour Party in southern Kaduna, you are voting APC to come back. That is the truth. We can't, for whatsoever reason, throw the dirty water with the child inside the bowl. PDP is what we can do to get what we need to get in this coming 2023. And most importantly, among the whole zones in Nigeria, political zones, for a presidential candidate, after touring the state, to single out Southern Kaduna to come and give special attention to Southern Kaduna, visit us, tell us what he wants, meet with our elders, our clergymen, and whatever you want to think, call about, he has met with them, interact with them, and tell them if God gives him the power to win as the president of this country come 2023, he will see what he can do. He has Southern Kaduna at heart, and that person is Atiku Abubakar. He has done that for us just this last December. Apart from Atiku, nobody cares about Southern Kaduna. They only just need our votes. So let's get out of sentiment. The young people are talking about change. You don't change a system without getting involved. Come in, join the PDP, change what you want to change within the PDP. But if you are not within the PDP, you can't change bad things in the PDP or the leadership. So let's stop all these protests. You have to follow. When you follow, they follow you. And all of us that are thinking we are young people, though I'm not young by now, but all those young people, they should also think that they are also going to grow old. And they need to be followed. If they don't follow today, they cannot be followed tomorrow. That's my candid advice. Yes, so many things have gone wrong. But we need to reach out to those people we think they have wronged us. Get to them, find out exactly why is the problem, who and who is are the problem, and how do we get it corrected. Without going to ask, you can't know. And you can't come from the blues and think you can change a system that you don't know how to tackle it. Without the information within the area you think are faulty, you can't change them. It's not possible. You change what you know, but you don't change what you don't know. Well, I think I have made a point already. Look, you just have to, when you now said the elders has failed you, and you want to take your destiny in your hand by force, then you have a problem. You follow, they follow you. So with the youth are saying, you don't sit down in your house, not struggling. Go to the far north, go to the east, southeast, go to the southwest. The youth used to leave their states, their hometown, go to Maiduguri without knowing anybody, struggle and become what they want to become. And today they are great. Our youth in Southern Kaduna always like to sit down at home. They just want everything to be carried, given to them in their hands. You need to go out and struggle. You can sit down and you don't sleep and God will help you. God says, get up, work for it. Work for what you want. If you don't work for what you want, you can't get it. So you can't get anything on the platter of God. So that is my point. We like to sit down at home and criticize without getting out. We don't even know, a lot of our youth don't even know part of this state, not to talk of Nigeria. But the other people in the southeast, south, this and the rest of goes out to the north, the inner side, of, even far to boundary of Nigeria and Niger, to look for what they want to become. Because that's where they feel they can go and look for something. And fortunately, a lot of them, by so doing, are great people today in this country. Like Ojikalu. He was in Maiduguri. Today, Ojikalu is one of the richest people in Nigeria, a senator, a governor. But at the time he left his southeastern part of the country and went to Maiduguri, he never thought he was going to be anything. But because of the sheer belief and hard work, he is who he is today. So why can't all our youth in Southern Kaduna venture out? Adventuring is more important than sitting down, making noise, Facebook, writing this or that, and the rest of it. It's not, this is nonsense. You have to venture. You have to go out. So our youth should go out. Get to also go to your leaders. Sit with them. Ask this same question. Why are we not developing? The elders will tell you. If there are faults, you capitalize on the faults and change what you want to change. Don't just sit down at home and think you can get all you want to get, or criticize your elders, abuse your elders. No. It doesn't happen like that. There's nowhere in this part of the country that the youth are abusing their elders like Southern Kaduna. It's very unfortunate. So they need to get up. The cause is simple, laziness. They're very lazy. They don't want to work. They don't want to work. It's not just white-collar job that is what you need to do to become somebody. There are manual jobs. When you start from a manual job, God sees you're hardworking. He uplifts you. You must not be a civil servant. A lot of these Hausa people from the northeast, northwest, plumbers, all these shoe shiners and the rest of them. At the end of the day, go to their villages and see what they are. When they come here, we think he's a shoe shiner. But in this village, he's a big man. Because from the shoe shining, he saves what he gets and develop himself. Small time, he gets into bigger business. But we don't do it. We stay in our houses, our parents feed us, do everything, clothe us, and think still our parents have not done anything to them. So then what do you expect? When you do the things that you want blessings, you follow, then you'll be blessed. Do the hard work, then you get it. That is all. If you want to be mentored, you follow. When you follow, you will be mentored. Without following, you sit down in your comfort zone and criticize. Don't reach out. How do somebody find the value in what you are and mentor you? It's simple. Follow the leadership. Follow the elders. Ask questions. From asking questions, from visiting the elders, they pick out who you are. Their value is not your past, your present. So I work on the present. If a young person comes to me, ask me questions, I see a value in that young person, I will just grab him. I will learn from him and he will learn from me, and I will make sure I mentor him. So that's the process of mentoring. But when you don't reach out to the elders, how will the elders just come and see somebody on the street and just force him, come, let me mentor you? No, you don't do that. You don't get mentorship by that, by criticizing your elders. You follow. Simple. Go to your elders, follow, ask questions. And once you are inquisitive of what is happening developmentally, the elders will find you very interesting. This man has a future. Let's see what we can do with this young man. Let's train him. It's just that thing. In the far north is followership. And once you follow, they open a way for you. But if you even don't follow, how will the way open? We follow the Lord Jesus Christ, and the ways are open for us. We think we can just go and take whatever we want to take from God without following him. It's the same process. We live by example, by what God says, follow. Follow me, and I will be with you. I will give you what you want. So the youth must follow the elders. They don't wait, they don't sit down in their house. The elders will come and drag them and mentor them. No, it's not possible. Let's respect our elders, follow them. There's nobody that is alive today that has no fault. If the elders have their fault, the followership also have their fault. The young people. Bahaushe ya ce idan bera na da sata da dana da waye. Ko? If you think the elders are not helping and not mentoring the young people, I still repeat, have the young people gone to the elders for such things, for questions? Ask, and you get what you want. When you don't ask, you don't open up, you don't reach out, what will you get? So until we learn to get to the elders, ask, then we get somewhere. Come as a group. You start up something. You can't fight a system without knowing exactly what is the system all about. You go and get the good, the bad, and the ugly side of the system. Then come back, readjust, and forge ahead. And as you start that by following the elders, then from there you begin to know, this is where our elders have gone wrong. This is where we have gone wrong. How do we correct all this? And the elders are seeing what you are doing. Once you start that, a struggle like that, you see how the elders are going to embrace and give you all that is required. The necessary advice, the necessary wisdom within the elders, they will give you and guide you. But when you don't go to them, you can't get it. That's why I have said it. If you don't go to God, you can't get what God has for you. You don't. You have to go to God. And going to God is follow Him. Be loyal and responsible. Period. You can imagine a Katab man contesting for governor. And a Java man will go all his heart to give in his own support, total moral support, financial support. It does not happen. Just vice versa. So until we get that level, that we see ourselves as one people, then we can't get the unity we are expecting. Then we forge ahead. And these are some of the things that are actually bringing the differences, the non-developmental aspect. And that is where the youth are looking at the elders as people who are not mentoring. Because right deep within the context of our tribes, we are not united, even ourselves. Not to talk of bringing ourselves together. And until that is done, then we'll find a way out. And nobody can penetrate us. At this moment, as I'm talking, we don't have leadership in Southern Kaduna. That, yes, this is where we are going. And collectively, we will go. Everybody thinks about himself or herself. Apart from myself, nobody else. And until that is cleaned up from our heart, and we put into practical aspect of accepting each and every one. A Katab man should accept a Java man as his own brother. A Java man should accept a Katab man as his own brother, or vice versa, all other tribes. Once we see ourselves like that, collectively, then heaven, sky will be our limit. That is the truth. Because whatever you think of in this world that is required, the human resources and whatever we have it in Southern Kaduna, there's no field of discipline that you don't have professionals from Southern Kaduna extraction. We are so intelligent, so hardworking, but we are not collective. And until we become collective, then we can't get somewhere. In our tribal settlements, do we teach the young people that we are one? Until we come together, all these tribal association leadership and the rest of them need to sit down, organize a seminar, a forum, where we come and interact with ourselves honestly, without any bias in mind, and say, look, we need to come together. If we allow these young people to grow with the system we have inherited from the past, then our people cannot get somewhere. The generations will continue to live in the same pattern of life, which is very unfortunate. So we have to come together as one people. So the tribal unions and associations and the rest of them, the leadership need to come together, organize a forum where we interact with ourselves, find a common ground. And once the youth sees these associations, groupings, tribal this and the rest of them are coming together, they have no option than to also come and follow. So these are our processes of following. And we don't follow this process of uniting ourselves as one tribe. We need to just accept ourselves as a tribe, as Southern Kaduna tribe, one single tribe, under a platform of Southern Kaduna People's Union. And the leadership must have to do that. Unfortunately, we don't have that process in Sokapo. We have all the tribal associations under the Sokapo. But unfortunately, it is political. Purely political. We are not honestly implementing the goals and objectives of what the Sokapo is formed to be. And until when that is done, SCAPO is not formed for political activities. It's formed because we want to come together as one tribe, not collective, different tribes coming together to sit and discuss political activities. No, we are supposed to be discussing how do we come as one family, go out to look for this or that. That was the essence of SOCAPO. It's not to go and start fighting a system, fighting that and that and that. No. Until we become one tribe as Southern Kaduna people, then we can forge ahead to another thing. So that is the process. And we have to start that process like that. And that was the essence of forming the SOCAPO in the first place. For the Southern Kaduna people to look themselves as one people.